David Starr is a professional stock car racing driver, competing part-time in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I chatted with him about his career and how he got into the sport. The CW is home to the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and joining me now is a driver who gets to compete in that series, David Starr. Thanks for being here, David.
Brittany, thanks for having me. This is wonderful.
Of course, so you have a pretty unique story. You've had quite a long career in racing, starting back in the 1990s. So tell me, how did you get started?
God, I loved it as a little boy. When I was born, my dad was involved in stock car racing, and as a 1, 2, 3 years old, I fell in love with cars, just racing around in circles, and very blessed. And man, life's good to be able to make a living doing what you always wanted to do. I'm living the everyday dream. It's amazing. So that's how I got started, through my dad.
Okay, and in that nearly 3 decades that you've been doing this, where all has that taken you?
Oh God, all over. I mean, it's just amazing. The different team owners I've driven for, all the friendships and the crew members I've worked with over the years, all the racetracks, NASCAR racetracks across America, seeing things I would have never been able to see. I've been really fortunate, but what a great sport. Motorsports in general, NASCAR racing, but started on the local dirt tracks in Houston, Texas, and was able to live out my dream and still living the dream today. And I just love it. Just that competition. I love that. Makes my heart beat.
And I think you're the only NASCAR driver that can say that they've had a first start since the 1990s. What is it like being out there, just having so much experience over the other guys?
Well, it's just, seeing, now I'm racing with the kids that I've raced with their dads. And now I'm racing against their sons, but I love it, it's just, people say, hey, when are you going to retire? Say, why retire? If I can still do it, I'm still competitive, I'm going to do it as long as I can do it. But I've been blessed, 28 years in NASCAR, and it's amazing, and where the sport has gone and taken me personally, it's just been amazing. Everything I have in life's because of auto racing, and it's just been amazing.
And I mean, when you love something and you're getting to do something that you're passionate about, why stop, right?
You can't beat it. When I talk to kids and I talk to people, I say, hey, find something that you really love and you're passionate about. And if you do that, you'll never work a day in your life. And I say, you'll never work a day in your life, but you work your tail off, because it's so much work, but you love it so much and you're so passionate about it. I mean, you would do it for free and they pay us, you make a living at it. So it's wonderful. So I always tell young kids, when they listen to you, hey, make a living doing something you really love, and you'll never work a day in your life.
What tips would you give somebody who's starting out driving who may want to try to go the NASCAR route?
Man, just be passionate, learn all you can learn, understand how a car works, the race car works, there's so much involved. Just the media side, having great partners, great sponsors, being a great spokesperson, being a champion off the racetrack, really, because you represent so many different companies, and they want their spokesperson to represent the person that represents that company in auto racing and NASCAR. To be a champion, not only on the racetrack, but off the racetrack, is really a big thing.
And I know this might be hard to narrow down, but over your career, what are some of your favorite memories?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a tough one. Just so many of being able to, just your first NASCAR race, you paint yourself and you're just so just can't believe it. And going to the Daytona International Speedway, racing there for the first time, racing at the Texas Motor Speedway, our home track, our local racetrack, seeing that thing being built. Having great sponsors, winning your first race. There's so many of them. It's hard to pinpoint the number 1 and number 2, but there's been so many of them, and I'm still trying to make some new ones.
Exactly. You've had such a great career, and it looks like it's not ending anytime soon.
Absolutely. No, I'm going to keep going as long as I can.
Love that. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
But if you want to find out more about David, head to our website, CW33.com. We've got his racing schedule and more linked right there. But don't go anywhere. Fast and Functional has so much more coming right after this break.